Hello, everybody. My name is Muli. I would like to start by saying that I'm really excited standing here, and I might do some funny stuff because I'm excited, but the purpose here is to give you some knowledge, to pass the message that we have around the resilience of your most critical infrastructure. Identity is the new lifeline of the digital business. It includes everything: humans, applications, devices, up to the cloud infrastructure. However, it's fragile. So identity actually replaced the network as the new perimeter. We all already know that. That means that your business now rely on that layer. But most businesses haven't really changed the way that they look at the resilience of such a critical infrastructure. And now it's not just humans that are logging into our system. The scripts, machines, APIs all over. And as I speak here, AI bots are writing exploits targeting your identity controls. The complexity is growing, and the risk is too. It's becoming cheaper, faster, and more dangerous. And sadly, when our IAM breaks, everything breaks. I witnessed thousands of people go logged out because one misconfiguration, deletion of a group. By the way, it was in the middle of COVID, and it was Zoom and Slack. Disaster. And think about it. What if an identity-based attack would capture your IDP? Ever thought about IDP ransomware? So IAM is now business critical. It's part of your infrastructure. And yet, I've seen that most teams are running blind. When we envisioned Acsense, we actually interviewed hundreds of leaders, practitioners, architects like you guys from the IAM industry. We asked a simple question. If your IDP is ransomed, what is your recovery plan? That was the answer. Most of the teams I've met haven't heard about data protection standards. They don't know what's 3-2-1 backup methodology. And just to elaborate, 3-2-1 backup methodology means that you need to have 3 copies of your data in 2 different storage types on one offsite, meaning not on your perimeter. And this was written in blood. Everyone, which is a veteran in our industry, felt it sometime in his life. So most of the teams I've met haven't met the challenge of issuing a KPI for your IAM resilience. Nobody asked them to do that. And when I've asked risk officers, hey, do you have a disaster recovery plan for the organization? They say, of course. Then I ask, where is Cloudim in the plan? Crickets. If identity management is a critical component of your infrastructure, where is the resilience? This is why we built Acsense. The purpose is to solve this exact gap in the industry. We believe IAM deserves the same level of resilience as other critical infrastructure in the organization. We do. Your configuration management, we follow every change in this system. If something breaks, we can fail you over if you've been compromised. Because your users can't wait, and your board probably won't accept excuses. And that's how we deliver resilience. Acsense act as the continuity layer on top of your stack. First of all, we record every change in your system. It's a real-time protection system. It's automatic, and it captures everything. We then store this data in an independent location, so nobody can tamper it. Not yourself, and not an external attacker, and not us. This applies to the 3-to-1 backup methodologies, but we extended it even more. If something breaks, you just click on a button and we undo every action that you ever did. That's awesome. We know the posture of every object in your organization. So when we roll back the entire posture. With all the connectivity, if your tenant being compromised and you're locked out, we fail you over to another identity. Your users, your applications, and even the service providers. And we provide posture awareness, audit training, and autonomous testing procedure. This is fully autonomous with Acsense. So your team won't need to go manually, but still we will ensure you're compliant. This is how we turn identity from a single point of failure to a recoverable and resilient fabric that allows your business to continue running. And so every week, every day, we see a new breach to your identity controls. This is the life we live. We need to take into consideration that the attacker probably already in our environment. So the data that we protect cannot be at the same perimeter. Now, it's not only us that decided to go through that process. The market is evolving. We see two main trends in the market. First, the regulators, both NIST and DORA last year, issued new compliance around the need to recover your critical infrastructure as part of your competency. So you will see it in your audits. And it's Okta and the IAM is, of course, one of the critical ones, so they will ask about that. But analysts also started to identify that the cloud is different than on-prem. And Gartner issued a new hype cycle for data protection and added identity and access management as part of the hype cycle. And that was very exciting because now leaders can say, hey, it's not just me thinking about that. The analysts also think like that. So we believe this is your chance to take control. Before the misstep, before the outage. We're closer than ever to a world where identity architecture is resilient by design. I like this design. If you want, you can come to my booth later, and I will explain to you how we build resilience inherently to our products. We can't let a bad day affect our authentication. IAM continuity is a real thing. It exists, and it's possible. One of the things that I don't want to do is to live without leaving you with some practical and actionables. This QR code links directly to our Okta disaster recovery guide. This is a short and actionable document that allows your team to actually go and assess your IAM resilience readiness. It will open your mind around what is required in case of a full recovery of your system and what you need to do in order to act. One of the important things to understand what is your service level agreement with management around the effectiveness of your system. And if you don't like to click on barcode, you can access our website under the resources. That's okay. I'm with you. I want to thank you very much for the time, and I want to invite you to come and speak further if you have more questions in our books. Number 23. Thank you very much.